Hello and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Wednesday, the 24th of February 2021. I learnt something new and interesting today. I learnt that Seville oranges are inedible. Now I knew that they were bitter, and if you are British, you absolutely must know Seville orange marmalade, because it's been popular forever. Um, it still is popular, I guess. I bought some fairly recently, but apparently they don't purposely grow them in Spain because, or rather, there's an excess of them in Spain because there just aren't enough British people, marmalade eating British people to eat up their entire stock. So they have an excess and they're not sure what to do with this, and the fruit rots. But apparently, they can use the methane to produce electricity, so that's a wonderful thing. Using waste material for our energy purposes. Let's hope to see more of this kind of inventive technology in the future. There's already quite a lot of it around. It's great. Anything else happening in the news today? Well, apparently professional golfer Tiger Woods has been involved in another car crash. I say another because I remember the first one he was involved in. I'm not a particular fan of golf or anything like that, but he was an iconic sports person back in the when was it? I can't even remember. 90s was it, or something like that, or 2000s or something. He is half Thai, and he came to Thailand, and people in Thailand were, very happy to see him because his mother is Thai as well, but he couldn't speak any Thai or didn't seem to know anything about the country whatsoever. He's purely American, really. That's okay. So good luck to Tiger, and we wish him well. Now, today's Guardian puzzle is marked as medium. I'm going to give you an insight and tell you that I believe it's going to be easy. How do I know? Because normally I'm just looking at it for the first time. Well, I did get halfway through doing it once already, and my recording system gave up. And just as I said, my recording system gave up, it gave up again. I have no idea how I'm going to get through today's recording. Let's hope that it manages to hang on there until the end. But I'm not sure how much I said just a moment ago, but I was explaining that it's an easy puzzle. Well, I didn't finish it. I got about halfway through and I noticed that I really didn't have any trouble with it. And lots of easy things to see. And so if you're an easy level player, don't run away. This is something that you can definitely finish. Okay, so if you're a new Sudoku player, just quickly the rules are you need numbers 1 to 9 in every single square in this kind of box and this box and this box. And you need numbers 1 to 9 in each of the 9 squares down a column and each of the 9 squares in each row. That's it. It's a 1 to 9 game. It's nothing to do with maths. It's purely logic. And how do we find numbers? Well, we usually do it through elimination. For example, when we see a 6 in this column here, no other 6 can exist. So this 6 effectively blocks any other square in this column from being a 6. And so does this one in this column here. So 6's can't be here, 6's can't be here, 6's can't be in this row either, anywhere along this row. So if you look at this segment and see blocked, blocked, and blocked, you'll see there's only one place a 6 can go. I hope that made sense to you. Right. And that's it. And so Sudoku is a game that we just go through and find numbers in such a way. So 7 in this column, 7 in this column, and a 7 along the top row here. And you'll see there's a 7 here. If you think I'm finding these numbers quickly because I've done it or half of it already, it's not. It was this fast the first time round. There are some really obvious numbers here. And, you have to try it for yourself, of course. And then hopefully later you'll come back and watch this video if you are a learner. I did, by the way, I did put in some candidates. I'm not sure they were really necessary, but I did fill in candidates. So if you haven't filled in candidates yet and you're a beginner, hang on, because we may need to do some later. I'm not sure if they were essential or not, but I did the first time around. Okay, there's a 9 blocking this square here, and this 9 blocks this row here. So in this segment here, a 9 can only go in that place there. Let's fill it in. Okay, what else? There's 6 across this row and 6 across this row, and a 6 in this column down. So we are blocking, blocking, and blocking. So that's our 6 in that space there. Our 6 we can take back up now, and there's a 6 to bring down that we just looked at. So 6 here, and a 6 in this row. The middle square is a 6. The 7 blocks these 2 squares here, so in this segment here, that's the only place left. So 7's got to appear there, like so. Down here, the missing numbers are 4 and 5 in this segment. We don't have 4 or 5 yet. 4 is blocking this square, so we know that 4 goes here and 5 goes here, like so. What else did I do before? Let's think now. Can't remember, actually. That's okay. You weren't here anyway, were you? What's in there? 4's up there. Well, I believe I did more than this the first time around before I started filling in candidates. Although, as I said to you, I did actually fill in candidates. Okay, this row here doesn't yet have a 1, okay? But there is a 1 in this segment, meaning that 1 cannot be in this square, or this square, because we already have a 1 in this segment here. So there's only one more square in that row that's empty, so 1 will have to appear there. We don't have a 3 in this row yet, and there is an intersecting 3 here and an intersecting 3 here. So we can tell that that must be our 3. Missing numbers are 5 and 9 in this row now, 5 and 9, and this 9 blocks that square there. So 9 is going to appear here, and 5 is going to appear here, like so. When we bring this 5 down, we are blocking, we're looking at this, focusing on this segment here. 5 blocks here, this 5 blocks these 2 squares, so blocking and blocking here, and there's a 5 in this row here already, so we can fill in a 5 here. 9 in this column, 9 in this row, so blocking here and blocking here, that has to be our 9. Okay, anything else useful? Of course, there's an 8 blocking this column here and an 8 blocking this column here. So blocked here, and this is blocking here. So in with our 8. Okay, this column does not contain a 6 yet. 1, 2, 3, don't have 4, 5, don't have 6, 7, 8, 9. So missing numbers are 4 and 6, but clearly there's an adjacent 6. So 6 will be here, 4 will be here, like so. The missing numbers in this box here are 2 and 7, I believe. 1, yeah, we don't have 2 and we don't have 7, but there is a 7 blocking that square there. So 7 must appear here and 2 must appear here, like so. There's only one number remaining in this column. It's a 2, so we can fill that in now. The last two numbers here are 6 and 7. We can't, oh, yes we can. 6 blocks this square here, so 6 goes there and 7 goes there, like so. Okay. And I think I got kind of somewhere near this point before I started filling in candidates. I can't remember if I got much past this point, but anyway, I'll continue to look for the moment. There's a 7 in this row across here, 7 in this row across here, and a 7 down here, leaving only that square as a 7. And we'll take that 7 back up in this column, 7 down in this column, 7 across this row right from end to end, 7 across this row, so blocked, blocked, blocked and blocked, just that top left in that segment there available for a 7. Okay, so what I think is an important thing here, well, if it's important or not, but maybe what I should show you next is I'm just looking to see if there's anything really useful. Okay, so let's fill in some pairs then. Let's decide which numbers. So if you are new to Sudoku and haven't put in pencil marks before and are wondering what they might be, or you've seen them on other people's Sudoku but you haven't tried them yet, let me illustrate what they entail. So okay, if you consider this segment here, and you'll notice that there's a 5 intersecting here and a 5 intersecting across this row, so blocking and blocking, but nothing intersecting here yet. What we know is that it has to be a 5 either here or here. It can't be anything else. Nothing else can go there. Okay. And something else. Now there is a 1. Okay, this row here doesn't have a 1 yet, but this 1 excludes this cell here, and yet we need a 1 somewhere in this row. So if this cell is excluded, it has to be either here or here. Do you agree? So a 1 has to be either here or here, like so. Well, if we come back to this cell now and imagine that this 1 extends across, or this 1 extends down, and this 1 comes right across like so, so stretching across, and stretching down, you'll see that there's only 2 locations where a 1 can go. Now, here we have a pair of 5 and 1. Now, this is an important concept to understand in basic Sudoku or advanced Sudoku, any level, actually, is that once you have a pair of 2 numbers in 2 squares like this within the same segment, there can't be anything else, and these numbers can't appear anywhere else. So this is 5 and 1. That can't be a 5 or a 1, and no other number can appear here. Now this 2 blocks this square here, and this 2 blocks this square here from being a 2, so no 2 in this location or this location, so the only remaining square is there. Now before we filled in this 5 and 1 pair, 2 might have been here, right, because we have blocking and blocking. So we might have had two locations, but now we know this is either a 5 or a 1. We know it can't be anything else. So that goes there. The missing numbers now are 3 and 4, but I don't think we know which goes where, so we'll just leave that for the moment. Okay, I hope you understood that. And you know, as I say, if you're new to filling in candidates, the more you do it, you have to do it for the more advanced level Sudoku puzzles. You need to. It's an essential thing to learn, so may as well start now. Okay, let's keep going. So let's do some more of this candidate filling. So I want to illustrate something now. So there's a 4 blocking this square here, and there's a 4 in this column here. So we have two potential places where a 4 can go, here or here. And then we bring that back up, so we know that 4 is now blocked from this column, 4 is blocked from this column, and 4 is blocked from this row. So there are two possible places where a 4 can go. Now we have 4s here and 1s here. Now this is not the same as this. These two numbers are exclusively in two places only, and so they have to stay there. There's nothing. This is not the same. These ones are not in the same places as the 4s. We can find a pair of 8s down here when we bring this 8 down here and 8 across here, like so. Okay, so two possible places for an 8, either here or here, like that. I have a feeling I'm missing something really easy here, but never mind. It does happen like that when you're doing these videos. There's a 2 down this column here, 2 down this column, and a 2 across the middle. So 2 is a pair here and here. I'm going to fill in these two missing squares, okay, for candidates. They're 3 or 4, because 5 and 1 are here, and the only other numbers remaining in this segment are 3 or 4, so I'll fill those in there. This 8 across here blocks these 3 squares, so 8 is a pair here or here either. And in fact this 4 comes across as well, blocking these 3 squares, so 4 has to appear either in either of those two locations. Now that we have 4 and 4 here and 4 and 4 here like this, in other words, there's no 4 in this square here, and there's no 4 in this square here. So this is one section, 2 segments. The third section in a line will need to contain a 4 somewhere in this middle row. Do you agree? If 4s are appearing here or here or here or here, that means no 4 here, no 4 here. So there will need to be a 4 somewhere along here. This 4 actually blocks the lower cell, so 4 appears like that. There's another way of seeing it. You can actually look and see the intersecting 4 here and intersecting 4 here and intersecting 4 here, leaving those two possible places. In Sudoku, there are usually several ways that you can attack a problem or see the number. That's a useful thing to remember as well. Okay, so let's just keep moving. There are a pair of 5s here and here, because 5 goes up here, 5 goes up here. So we'll fill in candidates 5. Actually, no, we don't need to do that. I've just realized this is exclusively 8 or 4, right? Nothing else. So a 5 is going to appear somewhere along here. So we don't yet have a 5 in this row here. 5 blocks this square, 5 blocks this square, so that has to be a 5. It's not a pair. It is the only possible location a 5 can go. We can work out the missing numbers here, actually, if this is 8 and 4. So we have 1, 2, we don't have a 3 yet, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 3 and 9 are the missing numbers here and here. we have a 9 blocking that square there, so that has to be a 9 and that has to be a 3. Now here's something useful. This is about as far as I got last time, I think. Now here's something useful. There are, these have to be 1 or 2, right? And down here we have a square blocking 1 here. So 1 is going to be somewhere here. Can't be in this square. So if we consider this column again, we will see that 1 blocks this square here. We had a pair of 1 or 4 exclusively. That means it's either this square or this square. It's got to be this square, hasn't it? Let's look at it again. So 1 blocks this square here. This 5 and 1 pair blocks a 1 from appearing here. This one blocks a 1 from appearing here. And so we can fill in our 1 there. And we can also fill in the 4 there. And we can fill in this 3 here. And we can fill in that 4 there. Remember to get rid of the candidate. So we had a candidate 1 here before. Let's remove it now. And there is 1 number missing. 1, 2... we don't have a 3 yet, so let's fill in number 3 as our last remaining number. Let's bring that 3 down now. Okay, and so 3 down here, 3 down here, and 3 across here. So blocked, blocked, blocked. 1 location for 3, it's got to go there. Over in this bottom segment now, 3 blocks right across, 3 blocks here, 3 blocks down, so that's a 3. We're overwriting a 2, so we'll remember to fill that in. We're overwriting a 4, so we'll put that in. Here we had a pair of 4s. We now know this can't be 4, so that's our 4 there. Remember to remove the candidate, although in this case we only have 1 number left missing. It's a 1, so we can fill it in. Let's bring that 1, actually there's a 1 blocking this square here, there's a 1 blocking this square here. So this has to be a 1. Here we had our pair, 5 and 1. That's now 1, that's now 5. Down here the missing numbers are 5 and 8. This 5 blocks this square, so that has to be a 5. And this is our 8. Now, you know, this is why filling in candidates is also useful, can help you to save time. We had an 8 and 4 pair here. Now that we filled in this 8, we understand that can't be 8. That has to be 8. This has to be 4. And then we've only got 1 number missing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 9. So we'll fill in 9. And there's only 1 number missing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is missing, so we can fill in 5. And now within this segment we've only got 1 number missing, and that's a 3, so we'll put that in now. We must be able to find out which of these numbers is an 8, because that 8 is now blocked by that, so that's clearly an 8, and there's only 1 number missing here, which is 2, so we'll fill that in. There should be 1 number to find here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. So it's the 8 that's missing here. Missing numbers here now are 2 and 9, I believe. 9 blocks this square here. So that's our 9. That's our 2. Missing numbers here are 1 and 2. That's our 2 blocks that square there. That's our last remaining number. As I said at the beginning of this version, it's kind of easy. I don't really think it rises to the level of medium. I think it's more of an easy level puzzle, but then again, I have been playing this for a long time, and what seems to be easy for me might be more difficult for some players. So that's it for today. See you again tomorrow, hopefully. Thank you. Bye-bye. Yo, don't forget to use those oranges wisely.